everyone, it is me, Tetramax, with the Red Scorpion Tetramax, and I'm here to talk to you guys about this guy. Not that guy, this guy. Yes, you may know what this is. This is a Google Stadia Controller by Google, and this has been popping up in the news lately. This is it's a Stadia Controller, but one thing about it that makes it interesting is that it has Wi-Fi functionality. I believe it's the first controller to ever use Wi-Fi to connect to a game. And the issue that's been popping up lately is that, Stadia is ending. And since Stadia is ending, that means that this guy is losing its purpose in life, meaning that you cannot really use it the way that most people like to use it. And that would be as a Bluetooth controller. Now, the controller does have Bluetooth. Keep that in mind, it does have Bluetooth. But the issue is, it only uses Bluetooth for setup with your mobile device. So basically, when you first get it, or you need to configure it, you'll use Bluetooth to configure all the settings. After that, it uses Wi-Fi for firmware updates and everything else. But right now, we're not talking about Bluetooth. Actually, we are talking about Bluetooth, but we're not talking about the phone portion of Bluetooth. Most people are saying that, e-waste, because, a lot of things would be, for example, on live. If you don't remember what on live was, or if you never heard of it, it was mostly an online gaming service, much like Stadia. But basically, the problem that we had was on live died, and you had this break of a console that couldn't work because it needed the internet and the servers to work. This is pretty much the same boat. You got a controller, it only connects to Wi-Fi to play games, and that's the issue. But, you don't really have to worry about too much about that. I mean, most people are just saying, just give it Bluetooth. That'll make everybody happy if they have another controller for their PC. But most people, probably don't know, or they just don't want to. They can use the wireless function using a Type-C cable. And you probably noticed by now, this is the Nintendo branded Type-C cable. This came with the Mario Kart kit. But ignore the Mario Kart kit. So basically what I'm here to show is, ways that you could use it. So far, the only best way I've noticed so far is to use it with Steam. So I have my computer right there. Yes, this is my bed. And on my computer, I can open up Steam, and I think Steam's already open. So this is my Steam library. I know it's nice. And basically what you would just do is just plug the USB cable in, and you're gonna have to plug it in both ends as usual, and plug it in. And once it becomes a solid white light, that means it's connected. And if you notice, Steam says that it's connected using a Google Stadia controller, but basically it's just saying I'm using my configurations, and it does work. So if I hit the Stadia button, it opens big picture mode, and surprisingly, everything does work. I can navigate around the menus, I can switch to chat, I can open the web browser, and you can even play games. So for example, I can launch Sonic Generations, play, just give some time. Yes, that's me in the background. I wear jackets. Yeah, and then it'll say the configuration found for a gamepad. You press start, continue. Or this should actually be the menu button. I call that a three-dot menu or button. You can move around. It should support analog. Yeah, analog stick. The triggers work. I don't know if they're analog or digital. Everything should be working. For this type of game, it's not the best example, but I can load up Green Hill, just play and just half-ass it. There, Sonic, slow down. Yeah, so you know you can move around in the 3D space. You can do. Ah, I ruined it. Continue. You can do all that somersault stuff. You can boost. Slow down. You can pause the game, and like it works. And you can use like mostly all the not Stadia, Steam keybinds. So you know, opening the menu, you can quit the game. I mean, if you use it just for Steam, that's great. I mean, everything works. I even use it to play Mustache. That game. I'm not sure where my camera's pointing anymore. But like, you know, it works for Steam at least. Like even one thing that you probably might be wondering is, well, what about vibration? So if I go to my controller settings, and it's a detect a controller, a generic gamepad, Google Stadia Controller. It knows the name of it, and if I hit identify, it vibrates. They even supports a vibration motor. So that's good. Like, so basically, bottom line, if you would use this as a wired controller with Steam, it's perfect. My issue, however, is that my my cable is short. It's very short. But I did run into one issue though. I'm gonna exit Steam. Games like that require X input. So one game, for example, if I can find one real fast. Which will open up the fastest? Let's build a zoo because it's on Xbox. Hi. Let's play. Yeah, like one issue is that my controller does not work here. And just to prove that it should not work, or maybe it does not work, this is a Xbox controller, and it should be paired already. Okay. See, it's showing that, I have a controller plugged in. But I'm going to turn this off. And here, moving the sticks, nothing happens. Mostly this issue is that the Stadia controller plugged in wire does not support X input. You need X input for a lot of modern day games, mostly because X input transfers to vibration, the analog sticks and triggers and all that. I mean, direct input can do that, but it's just not working. I can say that games like PSO2 support direct input. I'm not going to open it, but I have noticed like most of the buttons work, but this is my issue. My issue is that this right here, this right stick, which is supposed to control the camera, it does not work. I mean, if I probably use the Steam version of PSO2, it would work. But so far in the Microsoft version or the Xbox Windows version, for some reason, this would be like a dodge. This might open a menu. Or this might be like an attack. It's like, you're supposed to be the camera. Why are you not working? And every other button probably works fine. Like, for some reason, this is set to triggers. So it's like this one might be secondary actions for like the face buttons. But then this one's like, oh, I'm going to dash. It's like you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So it's like this can do not direct input, X input. But this one, for some reason, only does direct input. And Steam can translate that, but not this. So if they do add Bluetooth support, they can probably fix that where you will use X input, or maybe they can just even update it. But so far as I know, wired, via Steam is the best way to go if you're going to use it with your PC. But, you know, I mean, hopefully they do push an update to make the Bluetooth work. I heard they were trying to explore it and see how it works out. But as far as I know, the best way to use it so far is just with Steam, because Steam can translate it pretty easily. Same with the Nintendo Switch controller and I think another controller. But so far, Stadia controller via wire to Steam is the best way to go until they at least update it and see, if anything new actually improves the end of life of Stadia. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, I've heard that methods of like connecting it to your phone a certain way. But the issue with that so far is you need your Android phone connected, and you have to connect the Android phone to your computer a certain way. And that can be a hassle that you have to have your phone nearby to translate the signal when it should be as easy as either plugging this in or connecting directly. I mean, like, even like with this, you can just turn it on and hit the pair button, and my computer will say, hey, there's a Bluetooth controller. Do you want to connect it? You just say yes, and it'll connect it automatically. No having to go through menus or anything, but for most devices, you have to go through menus. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. But, I closed Steam out. Yeah, I closed Steam out. But yeah, like I said, for probably the 50th time, Stadia controller via wire to Steam. And yes, I said Steam. I don't know about any other program. Steam would probably be the best option since Steam can actually translate the signals the bestest way. And I would say that if you can, for any other games that you may have, like probably Fortnite, if that's one of the games you probably use with it, try to see if you can add Fortnite to your Steam library. Cause I haven't tried that out yet. I can't really do it with Microsoft games like Paw Patrol maybe. Like PSO2 in Steam, like the Windows version, I can't really add because they won't let me launch it. But let's say like, if you have games from other launchers like Origin or maybe just add it to Steam and try to see if Steam can like override like the control settings and then just go from there. But I think that's all I got to say. As I said, I am Tetramax with the Red Scorpion Tetramax, and you guys should subscribe. I mean, Red does, Red, who is my other person who should be here, she does drawing videos a lot, and she's trying to make gaming videos as well. But, you guys could subscribe. We're not going to be posting every day, but she does like posting shorts a lot, so, I drew that. She made me a sticker. She makes stickers too, I think. But anyway, Stadia controller, wire, Steam, I'm leaving. Bye, guys.